We live in this age of incredible medical technology. Blood tests, MRIs, CAT scans, all of it. But have you ever stopped to wonder what happens when all that high-tech stuff comes back normal? Sometimes the biggest clues aren't on a lab report. Nope, they're hiding in plain sight.
This is such a common situation, and honestly, it's a huge diagnostic dead end. It's incredibly frustrating for everyone involved, right? For patients, for doctors. So, what do you do when all the data says everything's fine, but you just know something is wrong? Well, let's dive into exactly that.
And that's where this idea comes in. The physical exam, it isn't just some routine you go through. It's one of the most powerful tools we have, period. It can uncover secrets that even our most advanced machines can completely miss. So today, we're going to look at 3 different cases where one simple observation, just one, broke the entire mystery wide open.
All right, let's start with case number 1. We've got a 65-year-old man. He's feeling tired, he's short of breath, and yeah, you guessed it. His first round of tests aren't showing anything useful. It's a classic puzzle.
So these symptoms are super vague, right? He's probably been told, oh, it's just your age, or maybe you're a little out of shape. But if you take a closer look, a real look at the patient himself, a completely different story starts to emerge.
The very first clue is right there in his neck. See, when a healthy person sits back at about a 45-degree angle, their jugular vein should be pretty much flat. But his? It's full. You can actually see it pulsing. And here's the wild part. This isn't a guess. JVD is like having a direct window into the pressures building up inside the heart.
Okay, so clue number 2 comes from just listening to his chest. Instead of that normal lub-dub heartbeat, the doctor hears something extra, a faint third sound, kind of like a gallop. This S3 sound is literally the sound of a heart ventricle that's stiff and overfilled, and it's struggling to keep up.
So think about this for a second. The initial thought, based on the labs and vague symptoms, was that this was nothing serious. But these 2 simple physical findings, seeing the neck vein and hearing that extra heart sound, pointed directly to heart failure. That led to the right test, an echocardiogram, which confirmed it and got him started on life-saving treatment right away. Let's move on to our second case. This time, we've got a patient with this stubborn, low-grade fever and chills. Now, these symptoms are so nonspecific they could be, well, almost anything, from the common flu to something way more serious. Trying to figure out a fever of unknown origin, man, that can be a long and winding road. I mean, you could be chasing down dozens and dozens of possibilities. But in this case, a careful look at the patient's hands provided the absolute game-changing clue. You look closely at their hands, and under the fingernails, you see these tiny, dark lines. They look exactly like little wood splinters. Now, sure, you can get these from an injury, but when you see them in a patient who also has a fever, that should set off major alarm bells. So what's actually going on here? Well, it's pretty fascinating. Deep inside the body, an infection is literally growing on a heart valve. Tiny infected clots break off from that growth. They travel all through the bloodstream, and they eventually get lodged in the smallest blood vessels, like the ones right under our fingernails. Those splinters are really just the distant echoes of a very serious central problem. That one small finding completely rerouted the entire investigation. It was a total game changer. Instead of this broad, confusing search for a mystery illness, the focus immediately snapped to the heart. It tells you exactly what to look for next, specific blood cultures, and an echo. A simple glance at someone's fingertips can be the first step in diagnosing a life-threatening infection. All right, our final case, and this one is, wow, it's pretty dramatic. We have a young adult with just baffling neurological problems. On top of that, their liver tests make absolutely no sense. They've been to specialist after specialist, and nobody has an answer. But the diagnosis has been right there the whole time, hiding in plain sight. Can you just imagine the frustration of that journey? Knowing you're sick, knowing something is deeply wrong, but having no name for it? And it turns out the answer wasn't in a blood test or some fancy MRI. It was in their eyes. So someone finally decides to really look at the person's eyes. And there it is, a golden brown ring right at the outer edge of the cornea. Now, this isn't some reflection or a trick of the light. It's a very specific, very real finding called a Kayser-Fleischer ring. And get this, that ring? It is literally made of copper deposits. It's the absolute hallmark sign of something called Wilson's disease. That's a rare genetic disorder where the body can't get rid of copper, so it builds up to toxic levels, especially in the brain and the liver, which, of course, perfectly explains the patient's confusing symptoms. This is just incredible, isn't it? For a patient with these kinds of symptoms, seeing this ring is basically the diagnosis right there. It instantly solves this incredibly complex puzzle. And most importantly, it points to a disease that is treatable. That patient can start life-changing therapy immediately. So, from a pulsing vein in the neck, to a little streak on a fingernail, to a golden ring in the eye, what do all three of these stories really tell us? Well, it really boils down to this. In every single case, a simple, observable clue gave us the answer that a whole battery of complex tests had missed. A pulsing neck vein pointed to heart failure. Streaks on a fingernail pointed to a serious heart infection. A ring in the eye revealed a rare genetic disease. It just shows the immense power of direct observation. And let's be really clear about this. This isn't about choosing between a physical exam or modern technology. The key thing to remember is that they work together, hand in hand. A good physical finding tells you exactly which advanced test to order. It saves time, it saves money, and it gets you to the right answer so much faster. At the end of the day, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? The body is constantly communicating. It's always sending out signals and clues, telling its story. The real art of medicine lies in learning how to listen and learning how to read that story. Which leaves me with one final thought for you. The clues we covered today, they're just the tip of the iceberg. The body is just full of them. So I'm curious, what's the most fascinating physical exam finding you've ever heard of? It's a great reminder that there's always more to see, if you just know where and how to look.